Once you launch Wick Editor, then you will click this right here, this Launch Web Editor. We will do everything on the web, and it's going to work very similar to Photopea. If you get this about the new version, go ahead and click Try It. It's very similar to Photopea in that if you want to save something to work on it later, you will have to download it to your computer and then upload it at a later time to open it and continue working. All right, so first off, we're going to look at some of these tools that are up here at the top. This one is your cursor. It'll allow you to drag and move things around. You have a paintbrush, just like you would use in Vector and in Photopea. You have pencil and eraser, and then you have your shapes. Rectangle, circle, line. This is your path cursor. This is for text. This is your fill bucket, and then an eyedropper for you to grab color. Then you have your fill color here and your stroke color. All right, let me scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, your control tools down here. You have your preview play button, so when you're ready to kind of see what your animations are, you press the play button to watch it go through. This is to recenter everything. You got your zoom out, zoom in, or magnify, zoom in. This is where it can pan around, and then your onion skinning. And onion skinning is important, and you'll see why tomorrow. What it does is it'll show you the frame before and the frame after, so that if you're making a drawing, you can see what you've done and where you need to go. And so that'll be something that we will use quite a bit. All right, so up here we have what we call canvas action. This is where you can work on like the order of things, whether you send it to the back, send it forward, flip things around, then you can unite, subtract, and intersect. You also have your copy and paste, your undo and your redo, and then you have your delete. Your timeline is this big thing down here at the bottom. This whole thing is your timeline. You have layers over here that can be renamed when you click on them. You can rename them over in your what we call inspector. These are frames. Every time you click into a new frame, you see it puts a blank circle. It'll remain blank until you put something in there, and then you see it fills into green. That shows that something is in that frame. So your timeline is where we will be working with all of our frames to kind of do everything. Let's see. Okay, so let's look at the brush. So when we click, let me undo and get these gone. Okay, so when I click the brush, I can draw in here. Let's say I want to draw like a circle. So I've got this green frame here, and I've got my circle here. For now, we're just going to play around with some of these. And I'm just going to put everything in the same frame for now. This is your pencil. You can use your cursor to select. You can see that when you do that, you get all of these options over here. We could pick a fill color. We could change the stroke color of our pencil. We can change the weight, the opacity. We have the rectangle where you can draw that, and let's say you don't like that, you can click, once you click your cursor, you can click on it, you can change the fill color, you can change the stroke color, you can change the stroke size, And then this one, this path cursor is kind of neat. You can click and you can adjust these however you want. Let's say I want to click, like if I click the anchor points here, I can click and hold and drag those out. I could drag that up. If you do something like this right here, where remember I did that one with a paintbrush, now if I click, it kind of adds this, whoops, it'll extend, you know, the fill and everything. So you can do different shapes with that. You have your circle, and again, once you draw it, you can change the fill color. You can change, you know, this and the weight of it and the opacity. So some of this is very similar to what we've worked with already. The difference is, and we'll start getting more into that tomorrow, is we're going to start doing things in different frames. See how all of my stuff is in frame 1? Nothing is in frame 2. So technically this is not an animation, I just have a drawing. So if I were to click play, this is all it would do, is because it's going from my, sorry if that's freaking people out. It's going from the one frame that I have something to the frame that's empty. But all I want you to be able to do today, oh, I didn't talk about these up here. We do have up here, we have our settings where we can rename. We can change the background color. And I can just name this, practice. Practice? You talking about practice? And when I hit apply, you can see it applies the background color. Background color will stay on all your frames. This is your save option. It'll save it as a .wick. It downloads it to your computer so that you can open it at a later time. When we complete something and you're ready to turn it in, you'll go to export, and it's going to export it as a GIF. This is what I want you to export, and you'll be turning that in. This allows you, the open allows you to go open and open a Wick file that you've saved, or if you're ready to start a new file. So I just kind of want you to play around with it today. You can do different drawings in different frames if you want to, but play around with it, get comfortable with it, because tomorrow we are going to start our first project. Does anybody have any questions about this? Again, nothing is to be turned in. This is strictly for you to just kind of play around with and become familiar with it, so you're ready for tomorrow. Are there any questions today?